Thank you for coming back and watching this accordion restoration of the Hohner Carmen 24 bass. So all the reeds come out, they've all been cleaned, I've revalved them and I've trimmed the valves, so that's a good thing. That's a good thing. So here we go. If I just tip it down, hopefully the camera didn't fall over. Hang on, move it across here. There we are. So all the reeds have been done. There we go. And I've put them in order. So that's the white notes and the black notes, and those are the higher tuned white notes, and then the slightly lower tuned white notes, higher tuned black notes, and slightly lower tuned black notes. So I've got them kind of in some kind of order, and they're all in order of pitch, so that when I put them back into the reed block, they're going to go back in the right order. This is really important to check before you start waxing them back in, that you have definitely got them in the right order, because if you get them in slightly muddled order, even just one wrong, then it's a real pain. You've got to start taking a lot of reeds back out again. It's a real pain. So just always double check that everything is completely in the right order. And I've got them all with the T, which is on the reed plate, facing up, so that they're all going to go back in the same way as they came out. So that's that. And then what I've got heating up over here is my little wax melting device. Now this is actually a wax heater for waxing your legs. So I don't really need to wax my legs, but I do need to wax my accordion reeds. So I've got the heater turned up to full on this one. I've got the accordion wax just heating up, and I've got myself a nice little brush, which I'm going to be using to put the reeds back in with. So what I'm going to do, I'll just stop the video and wait till the wax is really heated up, and I'll just demonstrate one or two reeds. But I have done other videos on this, so I won't do the whole reed block, but I'll just do one or two just so you get a feel of how to wax them back in. Okay, here we go. So let's have a look what we got here. So I've got a reed block. I've got a little bit of a kitchen towel, wash tea towel. What am I talking about? Just ready, just to help clear up any messes. Oh, and one really good thing to do is to, before you start doing the waxing, is to just to keep the job as neat as you can. On the reed block, what I do, I get some electrical tape, and I'm just going to pop it along the reed block. Like so. Just got it off. Now, why have I put this tape along this edge? Well, the reason is that when you're waxing, the wax goes everywhere, and if you put a little bit of tape across here, when you finish waxing and take the tape off, you just get a really nice clean edge there. It hasn't got wax strips everywhere, so it just makes it look more professional. So that's why I've got the bit of tape there. Right, here we go. So I just realised something though, that on underneath the tape I'd had written H and L. So let me just double check. Okay, that's H on that side. So that side. So let me just mark that again. Right, okay, so I've got my reed block ready, so all cleaned up. So let's have a little look at how to wax in a reed. So I'm going to zoom in now. There we go. Hopefully this is going to be able to see what I'm doing here. Okay, so I'm going to get my brush, make sure it's nice and in good nick, and then I'm going to, on the reed block, on the first reed, I'm just going to put just a light coating of reed wax all the way around the chamber, and just a tiny bit more on this side here. I'm going to get my first reed, which is this one here, and that first bit of wax on there just helps it hold it in place. So I'm just going now to push it down in place, push it quite firmly, and then I'm going to get my little brush and I'm going to carefully run the brush around the edges of the reed and across the top. Okay, so there we go. And then what I'm going to do now is prepare the next reed chamber, so just a little bit along that edge, a little bit on that edge, a bit there, a bit on the top. I'm just going to get my next reed, pop it into place, push it down, and then I'm going to go around with my brush and get that wax all the way around that one as well. Now this is quite a time consuming business. You have to give it some time, and the trick is also to be as neat as possible. So what I've got here is 2 reeds started off, and then what I'm going to do now is going to go along and get all of the reeds waxed in, and when I've done the whole line I'll show you what it looks like. Okay, here we go. So all the reeds waxed in, nice and tidy, and by taking the tape on it keeps the end nice. I'm just going to make sure there's no wax on has dripped through onto the base of the reed block, but I don't think there is. But if any little bits of bobs of wax, I'll just get that off. Now it's very tempting when you've got the reed block done like this to start blowing through the holes and testing out the reed to see what it sounds like, but it's not a great idea, mainly because your breath has got moisture in it, and that moisture will then get onto the reeds and get onto the valves, and it tends to cause problems. So don't be tempted to kind of blow through the reed block, but if you've got like an old bellows or something, or kind of tuning table or something, you can pop it on there. Now I'm going to do the exactly same thing from this one onto the black and white key, the black key, sorry, which are these ones down here. So I'm going to do exactly the same thing, get those waxed in, and then I'm going to leave both of these reed blocks overnight before I test anything out. So I want that wax just to fully settle and solidify, so I'll leave it overnight, and then tomorrow morning what I'm going to do is put the reed blocks back into the accordion without doing any tuning or anything, just to see what it sounds like. So they will probably sound out of tune a little, but hopefully you get an idea. I'll get an idea of the quality and the sound and how the final accordion restoration will sound. So I'll get this one done, and then I'll leave them overnight, pop them back in, and I'll give you a little sound test of the newly waxed in reeds, but no tuning would have been done. Okay, so I'll just stop here and I'll do another little clip, and tomorrow morning when the reed block's back in. Okay, thanks for watching. There we go. Good morning. So ready to put the reeds back into the accordion. So all waxed in. Haven't done any tuning. I've just been checking everything. Make sure it's all clean and all neat. And the next step is to get the reed blocks back into this lovely Hohner Carmen Accordion. So here we have it. So what I'm going to do now is actually take the treble side off, pop the reed back in, move that out a little bit, pop that in, and then just put the accordion back together and just see what it sounds like. So if you just give me a sec, I'll just pop everything back together and I'll show you when I've got it all back in place. Where are we? Here's the button. Okay, here we have it. So I've taken the grid off because it's just getting in the way, so I took the grid off. Put the bellows pins back in once I've got all the reed blocks in. Haven't done any tuning. This is just how it is, and it's nice to compare the first video with this one. And this is just the difference that cleaning the reeds, checking the reed tips, new valves, and re-waxing carefully in, what the difference it can make. So it sounds like this. And there we are. So I'm really chuffed. It's got a very sweet sound. It's got a very nice vintagey sound, but it sounds really, really nice. Now obviously some of the notes need tuning, so it's not perfect, but it sounds great. I really like this. And as I'm playing it, the keys are uneven, so there'll be some leveling of the keys needed. But I'm really encouraged because it's now sounding like a really nice accordion, and it's perfectly playable now, but it obviously needs tuning on the fine tuning. Great, so that's that. So what I'm going to do is do the same thing to the bass side reeds. So I'm going to get them all out, clean them, valve them, wax them back in, and once I've done all that, then I'll be tackling the next job. So there'll be tuning to do, but I'm also going to have a look at the pallets and see what I can do with putting some more leather and felt on the pallet. So I'll do that. I've got to I might do the bellows gasket just because it's good to do that. I've got to make a bellows strap. No, I haven't. I've got to make a bellows strap. I've got to make some shoulder straps, so I'll make some shoulder straps for it. So lots and lots to do yet, but really encouraged. Really encouraged so far, so I'm looking forward to carrying on. So thanks for watching. Hope this is useful. Sorry, you probably can't see my face. That's better. Hope this is useful, and look forward to cracking on in the next steps. Okay, thank you very much.